Fall in love with what you do, and you'll be creating great stuff wherever you go. Love what you do. Love the people that you're working with. Fall in love with the idea of love. You're going to find the people that are the best at serving others. They are the big winners in life. You've got to realize that the minute you hold your mind in harmony with the good you want, then you've already got it.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like 9 for my top 10, top 10, 9. This one's for my top 10.
Need motivation?
Watch your top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So get ready to love what you do, serve others, and have a vision with Bob Proctor and my take on his top 10 rules of success to give you the confidence, motivation, and belief that you need. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Absolutely love what you do.
Love is the greatest thing. Love what you do. I went to visit Earl Nightingale one time, way back in the 60s. I'll never forget it. And I was leaving. I was so grateful. I had an hour of his time. And I said, Earl, what's the real secret? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, he said, there isn't any big deal, Bob. There isn't any secret. It's simply a matter of sitting down and determining what you really love to do and then make a decision to dedicate your life to it. Man, did I get excited. He said the problem with most people is they don't know what to do and they never make a decision to dedicate their life to anything. I got so jazzed. I knew exactly what I would love doing. I would love to do what he was doing. I made up my mind I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it with him. And I made up my mind I would make a commitment to that for the rest of my life. You know something? That's exactly what I've done. I love what I'm doing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, when you love doing something, you'll run, baby, and you won't get weary. You'll walk and you won't get tired. You know why? You're a free flow. The energy is just freely flowing through you. You are the greatest instrument then that God's got. You're here to do God's work. What's God's work? God's work is creation. God's the creator. You're creating God's image. You've been given creative faculties. Fall in love with what you do, and you'll be creating great stuff wherever you go. Love what you do. Love the people that you're working with. Fall in love with the idea of love.
Rule number 2, know how to use information.
At a very early age, we put a cap on awareness, and then we say, now it's all about the intellect. And so we've got lessons in school, and you got to remember what's in the book, and if you pass the test, you get the degree. There's all kinds of people walking out of schools with degrees. They're going crazy by degrees, and yet they can't find work. They're broke. You got people that have a doctorates in economics, and they're broke. How could that happen? Because they don't know how to use the information they've gathered.
Rule number 3, serve others.
The average individual is self-serving. They're always focused on themselves. I want you to just pay conscious attention today. Write a little note maybe that you fold up and carry in your hand. Why do you do that? Just to remind you that you want to pay attention to everybody you meet. What are they doing? Are they really trying to help other people, or are they really trying to find help for themselves? Are they self-serving, or are they serving others? You're going to find the people that are the best at serving others. They are the big winners in life. Figure out how you can improve the service you're rendering. Now, I'm probably a little older than you, so I've been running around the park for quite a bit longer than you. And I have learned one thing really well in life, that my success, my happiness is going to be dependent on how good I get at serving you or serving other people. I spend most of my time trying to figure out how to help other people. I do. I don't spend much time. You know, I get almost everything I want. Almost everything I want. There's very few things, I can't even think of anything I want. Christmas, birthday comes along, well, I don't know. Send a donation in my name. I don't want anything. And it's got to a point where I just want to serve others. That's all I want to do is serve others. Now, I'm a pretty happy guy, pretty healthy guy, pretty wealthy guy. What have I done? I have just learned how to fall in love with the idea of serving other people. Our company's success is going to be dependent upon how many people we can serve and how well we serve them. We have a phenomenal staff of people in Proctor Gallagher Institute. I choose to believe that we have, I just love our staff. We have some of the most phenomenal people. And we've got people coming, like we have a guy, Tommy Collier. The guy is a creative genius. He wanted to come to work with us. I said, you want to work with us? I thought, wow, guy's so good. You will attract good people if that's all you want to do. Just serve other people. That's what we do. And we've got everybody in the company. That's where they're going. We got some pretty happy people, very successful people. And all we did is focus on serving other people. Companies that are enjoying the most success, they're the ones that provide the most and best service. This is the way it works. It always has worked that way. And I'm inclined to believe that it always will work that way. Fall in love with the idea of serving others. You'll be very happy, but you'll also be very successful.
Rule number 4, have a vision.
J.C. Penney, when he was 92, somebody asked him, how are you doing? Well, he said, my eyesight is fading me. But he said, my vision has never been better. Van Gogh one time was asked, how do you do such beautiful work? He said, I dream my painting, and then I paint my dream. Vision. Vision. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. What is vision? Vision is a long-range view of a multiplicity of things you want to do. Now, your purpose is why you're living. Your vision then, you want everything to be on purpose. Your vision then is like a funnel coming out of your head, going off out into the future. It's a long-range picture of a multiplicity of things you want to do. Your goal is taking a bite out of your vision. So sit and think. I'm God's highest form of creation. I've got mental faculties that go beyond the scope of my imagination. And build a long-range vision of all the magnificent things you want to do. Live with a vision. If you're not doing that now, you're missing something in life that's very valuable. Stop whatever you're doing right now and totally relax and build a vision of doing all kinds of things in the future. They all blend in together, but they're all different, and your life just gets bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger and better. That's the vision of your life. Vision. It's a beautiful picture. It's like a movie in your mind. A vision. You build the vision with your imagination, not with your eyes, but with your imagination. See, a person hasn't got this. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. It's so true. So true. Build a vision.
Also, if you want to have more confidence, motivation, and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
I was reminded this morning of a question I'm often asked. How do you eliminate fear from your life? What we've got to understand is we're trading our life for our goals. Literally trading our life.
So I started to study myself. I found most people don't know who they are. They really don't.
Rule number 5, master your mind.
I quoted Andrew Carnegie a few minutes ago. He said, any idea that's held in the mind, that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, begins at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Depression it starts out from ignorance, doubt, and worry. I've got a chart, I show it. Doubt and worry is on the negative side of life. Understanding is on the positive side. Right. Doubt and worry comes from ignorance. Understanding comes from knowledge, but you got to study to get it. Doubt and worry are a psychic disease. It's an intellectual exercise. They're using their intellectual factors to build a negative idea, and that's all they see. They take and internalize that, and they get emotionally involved with it. It goes from doubt and worry to fear. They've emotionalized the doubt or worry. Turns into fear. The fear is in the emotional mind, and the emotion must be expressed through the only instrument it can be expressed through, the physical body. So it moves the body into a state we call anxiety. Anxiety is never expressed. Anxiety is suppressed.
You don't know
The
what to have it.
suppression turns to depression. They bottle it up inside. They suppressed the fear. It turns into depression. The depression turns into disease. The disease turns into decay. St. Clair Lewis was right. He said, we don't die, we kill ourselves. Now, what is the opposite of all that? You'll go from ignorance to doubt and worry to fear to anxiety, suppression, depression, disease, disintegration. Go over on the other side. You go from understanding to emotional state called faith. You just know it's going to move into form because you understand the law. Faith isn't believing something you can't see. Strange thing about faith and fear, they both demand you believe something you can't see. Why would people choose fear over faith? Because they're ignorant. So you go from understanding to faith. The faith manifests on the physical plane, not as anxiety, as well-being. The well-being is not suppressed, it's expressed. And the expression turns to acceleration. You're building energy. And that is because there's no dis-ease, you're at ease. And that turns into creation, not disintegration. It's all a mental trip that they're building. Now they go to the doctor gives them Valium or some kind of drug to cool them out. He gets them numb so they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Rule number 6, fail your way to success.
Have you ever thought of failing your way to success? Think about that for a moment. Do you know that anyone that enjoys any kind of success feels their way there? That's right, they do. I want you to think of this for a moment. See this little light here? Someone gave me this as a gift. This is a replica of the light that Edison built. And you know, he spent a long time before he got this thing to glow. He really did. And he started off because he had an image of it in his mind. That every time he tried, he failed. And he failed 3,000 times, it's been said. Now, I've never really talked to Edison, so I don't know if that's accurate, but I have an idea it is. 3,000 failures. Now, a reporter asked him one time how he felt about failing 3,000 times. He said, I didn't fail 3,000 times. He's there with 3,000 steps to get to where I'm going. You know, if I were to tell you all the sad stories about it's got me to where I am, I would really spoil your week. And there's been some real sad stories. I think it might even make me cry again. But I've had so many failures that I wouldn't even want to guess at it. I've blown everything I had 3 different times. I never let it bother me much. And you know, I have found that every time I failed, I moved closer to the goal. You see, if you knew how to do it now, you'd be going sideways. When you're going after a goal, you're going ahead. And because you're going where you've never been, you're going to make mistakes. You don't know it all. You have perfection within you, and the objective of life is to bring that perfection to the surface. That's exactly what this guy did. Well, you're going to make a lot of mistakes bringing that to the surface. Those mistakes are steps to where you're going. I often tell salespeople that are afraid to make a call just to get out there and make a call. And their objective isn't to sell. Their objective is just make the call. If you make the call and you're afraid and you do it, you're successful. You've accomplished what you want to do. You made a call. And after you get comfortable making those calls, then you can start to polish up your presentation, and odds are pretty good you'll start making sales. And if you keep polishing up your presentation and working at getting better, you're going to master a thing called selling. But if you think that you're going to enjoy great success and it's just one win after another, you're kidding yourself. It just doesn't happen. I don't even know anyone that's pulled that kind of a deal off. If they did, they were cheating or lying.
Rule number 7, become what you want.
You don't get what you want. You get what you are. You've got to become what you want. You've got to realize that the minute you hold your mind in harmony with the good you want, then you've already got it. It's only a period of time till it manifests in physical form. You've got it intellectually, and you can talk to somebody about it. You've got it emotionally, you can share your feelings. It's only a period of time till it moves into form. That's called the perpetual transmutation of energy. That is a law, the first law of the universe.
Rule number 8, have no regrets.
Do you have any regrets for your life?
No, absolutely not. I'll tell you, I probably would have said yes 15, 20 years ago.
Then what happened?
I was watching Johnny Carson's show, The Late Show, and Johnny Carson wasn't there. George Carlin, the comedian, was sitting in for him. And they're both dead now. Vincent Price, a movie actor, was a guest. He's gone too. But Vincent Price had just shot a pilot. And of course they told the public on television it's a new series. Well, it wasn't a new series at all. They were hoping it would turn into a new series. They shot a pilot, and if they got good ratings, then they'd shoot a dozen more of them.
Right.
And so after they went through the small talk, Carlin says to him, well, tell me, Vincent, tell me about your new series. And Vincent says, oh, I think everybody's going to love it. He said, it's about a train, and it's like a magic train. You can buy a ticket to go back in your life.
I would pay for that.
Any point you want to start over. And he said, when you get there, I'm the conductor on the train. I stop the train, I let you off. And he said, I think everybody'd like to go back and start over at some point, don't you think so? I thought, yeah, I could think of a couple of things where I could have started over. And George Carlin said, no, I don't think so. He said, if I went back and changed anything that had happened in my life, I wouldn't be me. And I like me. And I thought, God, what a perfect answer. No regrets. Everything that happened was necessary to make me who I am, to prepare me to do what I'm going to do. And you see, the crazy part about it, none of us know what we're going to do. We think we know.
Right.
We got a track, but things happen.
Rule number 9, live the way you want to live.
There's a couple of them.
Okay.
I think there's two barriers. One is our conditioning. The conditioning that takes place in our subconscious mind from the time we're infants. All we can do is act and talk like the people around us. That's why we learn the language we learned. If there was 10 languages spoken in our home, we'd learn 10 languages without any trouble. There's usually one, and that's the only one we ever learn. And we grow older and we think, oh, I couldn't learn another language. We could learn 100 if we wanted to. You can do anything. But I think we're conditioned. We have a real strong conditioning, usually with not some very good ideas. And then that's the barrier that's inside us. The one that's outside of us is our environment. We have a tendency to act like everybody around us. And if you think about this, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because if you study statistics, 95% of the people live their entire life and never live the way they want to live. You know that 95% of the population in this country, let's say in North America,
Okay.
the richest continent in the history of the world, they'll work productively, let's say for 40 of their 65 years,
Okay.
and they'll end up with hardly any money. Well, there's got to be something wrong.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is have fun.
Everyone settle, please. Okay, we are rolling, and
Oh, they're welcome. I am Bob Proctor. I want to welcome you to the 6th,
and
I want to... It's good for your humility. Quiet.
okay, dog
Oh, listen
barking.
to the dog. Where the hell's that dog?
Right on cue.
Ready, and... He said that any idea Start it over again.
I was hanging. I was like, where's it going? Where's it going?
Where's he going? He's screwing it up.
And
The success membership
site.
I keep saying this wrong, and I know I'm wrong. I know it.
Now I have a special bonus clip from Bob on how to reach your goals that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Let's go from just watching a video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1. What does living the way you want to live look like for you? Number 2, where do you need to master your mind? And number 3, how can you serve somebody today? And if you made it this far in a video, I want to celebrate you. Give me a hashtag believe down in the comments as well.
Do you know that most people don't reach their goals? Do you know there's a difference between setting a goal and achieving a goal? Now, almost everyone knows how to set a goal. They go into their imagination, they pick out what they want, and they write it down. But you know something? 90-some% never reach it. And I know why. Setting your goal is an intellectual exercise. It's using your higher faculties. Reaching a goal is the lawful process. It's turning the idea over to the universal subconscious mind. You've got to learn how to get these two parts of your mind working in harmony to reach a goal.
If you want to see the top 10 I did on Lisa Nichols, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
What if you changed your dance with fear? What if you tell fear, you're welcome in my life because you're gonna come?